I wanted to start off by sharing with you, I guess there's many, but I'll start off with a few. The first, okay, let's go back. When I was younger, we're all born with certain fears, and I guess, I don't want to say that we're all born with them, but just some just to be hesitant about certain situations. So I just remember that when I was born a very, very scared child. Okay, I was a young girl, and I was just terrified of everything: the dark, loud noises, and now I realize we all come into this for a reason, and with different stories and characteristics and things about ourselves, which I believe are from our past lives. So I came into this world very fearful, always wondering, who is God? What's this? What's that? Always questioning, wondering, whatever, what have you. And I do remember as I was growing up, and I was also scared of scary movies. I just didn't want to watch anything scary, like ghosts and blood and murder and blah, 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 blah. They just really affected me. So I stayed away from that. The one thing is, when it came to, I guess, a higher power or God or what have you, spirits, angels, I do remember thinking to myself, I do not want to see anything. Like I don't want anyone to appear in front of me if it's not human, in a human form. That would really freak me out. I don't really want to hear things. I just remember internally saying that to myself and to whoever would listen, that I do want to know what the meaning of life is, but I just don't want, creepy things happening to me, because that would really scare the bejesus out of me, for a lack of better expression. So I think the universe, my angels, I think they heard that, and they've actually spared me from that. So what happens instead is, usually I'll have loved ones or people that are very, very close to me. They will usually have messages for me, or they'll give me guidance. And I found that, now looking at it now, I'm thinking, okay, well, this is kind of getting annoying. Maybe I can learn how to intuitively navigate my own life, and it's happening. It's been quite of a journey, and I will sometime tell you about probably the highlight of my spiritual journey. Right now, though, I do want to go back to how I've been given messages and guidance through people that love me. It's always someone very, very close to me, or someone that knows me very well, and they've been right. Let's just put it that way. And also, I want to tell you that I know people say you got to work hard. You do. You got to work hard. But I know there's people out there, and I've heard this all my life. You're just not trying hard enough. If you try hard enough, you're going to get what you want. No, sorry. That's not how it works. It's what's meant to be that's going to work. I believe that we come into this life with, I hate to say contract, but we do meet with our elders, and we kind of sit around and we chit chat about, what we're going to accomplish. I guess maybe, I feel like karma, we've got the karma, we've got the good karma, the bad karma, and somehow you've got to, in each life, because remember, I said I believe in reincarnation. If you don't, that's fine. I respect that. But there's just too much information, or there's just too much that's happened to me, that I know that there is, or at least for me. So getting back to the whole, I do believe in contracts. I do believe that we have a contract, we meet with the elders, or whoever you want to call them. And remember, this is just my opinion, and this is just for entertainment purposes only, Yahoo! This is all just what I believe in. And as much as I believe in what I believe in, I am also very open and fascinated with what others believe in and experience, and I don't know, just hit me up in the comments and let me know if you've had any wonderful or crazy experiences that have kind of shaped your spirituality, your life, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I'm not even sure where I was. What I'm trying to say is that, actually, what am I trying to say? Oh, I wanted to give you some really cool experiences. All right, let me just tell you this. I've also been very intrigued by the psychic world and mediums and, anything is very entertaining to me. Or even more than entertaining, I'm thirsting for that knowledge. So I've always actually just been intrigued by how psychics get their information, how mediums, I'm a huge animal lover, how animal communicators communicate. I did finally, though, go to a psychic school, or I took some classes, and I do believe that we are all intuitive. We're all psychic to a certain level, and we can, if we want, improve upon it, our abilities, or we don't have to. Then there's some people, like, for example, my mom, she's very, very psychic, but she really just chooses not to pursue that because that's not important to her. And I get that. But I mean, there's been so many times growing up in my life where she'll say, oh yeah, I was just thinking of that. Or yeah, I figured you would just call me. Just a lot of things. And it was getting a little tired. And she would even say, I know, I always say that. And at the time I was like, oh wow, yeah, this woman's like, does she like know everything? But she would predict stuff, and she would always say it and then she would laugh it off. But now that I think about it, I'm like, no way, she was absolutely 100% correct. You know, she was tuning in, I guess, at that moment in time, but she still does it to this day. She'll say stuff and it'll come true, or she'll be thinking of something and it'll happen. So she's not as interested as I am, but now that, as I said, I'm getting older, in my crotchety old age. Well, I am 21 again. Okay, if you believe that, I have a bridge I want to sell you in Bergwood. Anywho, I want to tell you, okay, I have some really cool stories, or at least I think they're cool. I know that there is one where I've actually been transported to the other side, and it kind of saw what's going on over there. That was like one of my highlights, where I just knew that there was life after death. And I will get to that story. But I don't know, just even thinking about all this is so cool to me, and I have read some really good books, and I will put them in the links, and I will talk about these really good books that I think you should, if you're interested in this kind of stuff anyway, maybe pick up or read. They're fascinating. But yeah, I guess that would be one of the major ones. And basically, I'll tell you this much. I won't get into too detail, but I was meditating. Actually, I got some information. I was told to call a June. Let's call her June. I was told to call a June, to keep the identity secret, because it's a top secret mission story, I'm telling you. No. Let's just call her June. So I do remember hearing one time, I was at the dentist. I think I was getting my teeth cleaned, or I was getting maybe a cavity. Who, me? I don't have cavities. That's just for you ordinary people. I think it was a cavity or something, and I was kind of under, and I heard someone say to me, call June. And I'm thinking, call June. I don't know, I distinctly remember that. And remember, when you're kind of loopy, that's when a lot of times, not loopy, not like drugged up loopy, but like when your guard is down, which mine happened to be, because remember, I think they put some anesthetic or something, and I was kind of whatever, for the tooth surgery or whatever it was that I was having. Anyhow, getting back to the story. Also, I am going to say, mind you, to make a long story short, and I never do, it always turns into another long story, so that's just one of my bad habits. To make a long story short, so I was sitting there, and then I got this information, call June. So I remember waking up, or at least opening my eyes while he was still working on my teeth and saying, oh man, one of my kitty cats is up on, sorry, I am gonna get easily, remember I told you? I gotta watch him. He was climbing up my little screen. Anyway, just gotta make sure he doesn't like escape like one of my other ones. And by the way, that's my own kitty cat. Her name is Sophia. And I do have some videos on her, which I posted. And another one just yesterday. She scared the crap out of me. I don't know how this girl has me. I thought they were pretty much caged in here. Not caged, but locked in here, so to speak, like they couldn't go. This place is huge. If you want to see what my catio looks like, visit my catio episodes. We just finished this. And you'll see that it looks almost like jail cell proof, but apparently not. She found a way out a couple of times, and she got me running on the roof and, hey, Polly, what are you doing? Another wise guy. I gotta watch these suckers. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna continue this story, okay? This will be in the next episode, but let me know so far about, what you guys think of just all the stuff we talked about. And if you have any cool stories or anything like that, or even like pictures or images, which I do. Hey, word. Okay. I will see you guys next time, and I gotta go rescue another cat. Goodbye. Love you. Bye. Oh, check out my Instagram and my TikTok, Gigi Funny Cat Girl. There you go. And YouTube. Bye.